Jumbo. On Mind, Body and Soul, colour your hair chemical free. There's more to the chakra system than meets the eye. And tip-top rowing technique. But first, we pump up the volume with a high-energy fitness class. Here at the Monash Sports and Aquatic Centre, a group of women are about to start a body pump class. And no, they're not learning how to be plumbers. They will in fact be pumping iron.
Chest up. We're ready? Very, very slow. Sit there, slowly.
Body pump is one of the most popular of the Les Mills body series of group workouts.
Same again, down we go.
Its popularity stems from its success at burning fat. It is a 45 to 60-minute class using barbells and adjustable weights in a workout set to music. The weights increase resistance on the body and raise the metabolic rate, so fat is worked off even faster. Named after the New Zealand athletics champion, the Les Mills organisation provides all the music and choreography for an effective workout. To keep things interesting, Les Mills creates a new program every 3 months. Carol, the instructor, puts the participants through their paces. All the major muscle groups are worked in turn after an initial warm-up. In this session, Carol has started with a series of squats to get the legs working. She then gets the participants to work out on their arms with a sequence of push-ups, arm curls and presses. A little bit of light stretching is done after each exercise to keep the muscles moving. Different muscle groups are articulated during the workout by varying the speed at which they do each exercise. Carol calls out to the participants words such as double or single.
Ease it down. Single, go, push. And again, take it up, take your time.
The class is set to music and she's referring to the number of music beats per repetition. So double doesn't mean twice as fast, but twice as long. Although when you're holding a very heavy weight in front of you, it probably feels even longer. This is all hard work. By the end of the session, most participants have opted for lighter weights. The music and the instructor's friendly extrovert personality help keep the participants going. Most of the participants are fairly self-directing when it comes to their weights. Most people are using weights specific to their needs. Some women choose to work with weights no heavier than 5 kilos, while a couple of women are waving up to 30 kilos around with no ill effects. Body pump is a good introduction to weights training and, according to Les Mills, is the world's fastest way to get in shape with higher than expected fat burning effects alongside endurance, strength and wellness benefits. The session ends with stretching and relaxation set to calming music. Body pump is an equipment-intensive workout requiring weights, bars, mats, raised platforms and smaller hand weights. But the gym provides all of that, so all you have to bring is a water bottle and a willing attitude. Girls, now it's possible to look trendy and modern without dousing yourself in heavy metals and dangerous chemicals. Keep your health and hair happy with the latest in organic colour technology. As hairdresser and salon seduction owner Therese says,
why would you not use chemicals on your kitchen floor, but you're going to put them on your head?
Therese has been in the business of dressing hair for over 20 years. A few years ago, she came down with mysterious symptoms which made it hard for her to continue to work in the field. Doctors thought the severe pains in Therese's arms and hands might be arthritis or RSI, resulting from overuse of her hand muscles as she cuts and colours. But Therese wasn't convinced. After further investigation, she was found to have copper poisoning. Where was it coming from? The hair dyes she was using on her clients. Ordinary hair dyes that are available on the shelves for most of us to use. Therese worried about the long-term health effects on her clients. If she was ill from putting chemical dyes on her hands, what effect was it having when she put them on her clients' heads? Therese decided it was time for a big change. She quit her original job and opened her own salon, stocking only the purest inorganic hair care and colorants she could find. She has never looked back. 3 months after swapping from the traditional chemical hair colorants to these leading-edge non-toxic plant-based dyes, Therese's symptoms disappeared. Salon Seduction keeps the overall health of the client in mind when it comes to cosmetics. Even the shampoos are free from skin-irritating sulfates. You can browse amongst the organic My Essence range and take home chemical-free products for your skin as well. Therese even stocks organic toothpaste. She's trying to spread the message that life can be chemical-free, not just for the sake of yourself, but for the sake of the environment as well. And just because you're going organic doesn't mean you have to be tame in the colour department. The new plant-based dye colour range is just as wild and sexy as anything you can get in the chemical range. Check out Kate's hair. The blonde bob and purple streak are achievable without the use of harsh chemicals. Or perhaps you prefer Therese's blonde bombshell tones, or the sultry warm hues of a brunette. Whatever your style, fashion doesn't have to hurt. Ordinary chemical dyes have additives like ammonia and peroxide in them to strip the hair shaft of its colour and make the shaft porous enough to sap up the new colour. Therese uses infrared technology instead to open up the pores in the shaft so the dye enters and takes more easily. It's way less damaging than traditional methods. Therese is in the process of making her entire salon eco-friendly. Recently, she installed a mains water filter for a mere $1,500, which extracts chemicals like chlorine and fluoride from the mains tap supply before it hits her clients' heads. Many women come to Salon Seduction, particularly pregnant and breastfeeding women, who know that chemical-free dyes are not going to harm their babies. Therese is happy to note that many mothers are teaching their young daughters about living chemical-free, and she has several generations of women coming into her salon. But where are the boys? It's very fashionable for young men to bleach and dye their hair these days, and they should be just as caring about their health as women are. So come on lads, fashionable follicles need not be chemical laden. Do your health a favour and go organic. Remember these things? They took the world by storm in the 1980s. You might even have thrown them across the room at one time or another in sheer frustration. Now, there may be good health reasons for bringing them back. The Rubik's Cube suffered a mild drop in interest through the 1990s, but now it seems to be on the rise once again, primarily due to a series of blogs and websites dedicated to the perplexing puzzle. Now there are competitions held on a regular basis around the world to determine who is the champion speed cuber. Australians, Germans and English cubers are in Hungary to try their skills against each other to see who is the fastest. As these young cube-oriented athletes put it, you need all sorts of skills to be an effective speed cuber. You have to be able to think through all sorts of different movement sequences. You have to be able to think through solutions quickly, and you also need good finger technique. The official world record is 11.74 seconds, and the cubers attempt to beat it if they can. They also attempt to solve the cube blindfolded. The competitors are given a few minutes to study the cube and then they don blindfolds. German Stefan Pochmann is said to be one of the few in the world who can achieve such an impossible goal. The competitors and the audience here are enjoying themselves, but this isn't necessarily all fun and games. The cubers may be also leading the way to warding off the onset of senile dementia. Studies have shown that engaging in mental activity through games and puzzles can help keep the mind sharp in old age. Just as regular physical exercise helps the body, regular mental exercise has benefits for the mind. Completing puzzles, crosswords and board games have shown to be beneficial to the maintenance of short-term memory, eye-hand coordination and general concentration. In a 5-year study involving more than 400 participants over 75 years of age, it was found that activities that involve thought, such as reading, writing and board games, were more likely to ward off dementia. Of the physical activities trialled, only dancing was of any use in keeping our minds fit. So if you don't like Scrabble, then perhaps you should dust off your dancing shoes. In the meantime, keep exercising the brain. There is more to the body than meets the eye. Even cutting-edge physics has figured out that your skin is not where you end and the environment begins. We are creatures made of physical matter and energy. It is this energy that surrounds the physical body in what some people call an aura. But how does it all work? According to ancient texts, your energy body is regulated by little wheels of energy called chakras, which act as storehouses and transmitters of information between your body and the environment. So far, we've delved into the 7 main chakras of the system, but it may interest you to know that this is not where the story ends. Let's go back over the 7 main chakras to get the gist of how the system is put together. You start counting from the base of your spine. The first 3 chakras relate to our experience of the outer physical world. Chakra number 1 is the root chakra, Muladhara. This is the chakra that is connected to your primal instinct and your basic human needs for food, shelter, and group acceptance. This wheel of energy spins very slowly as it has a low vibrational frequency. It responds to the musical note C, as these chakra dancers know, and the colour red. Moving up the body, chakra number 2 resides in your sacral plexus. Svadhisthana is the seat of life, the chakra where sensuality, desire and physical creativity are born. Spinning a little faster than the first chakra, yet still rather slowly, it responds to the note D and the colour orange. Just above Svadhisthana, at the solar plexus, spins Manipura, the 3rd chakra, responding to the colour yellow and the musical note E. This is the seat of your personal power and sense of self-worth. Anger also resides here. This is the chakra of personal emotions. Anahata balances the bottom 3 chakras, which are connected to the external physical world, with the upper 3 chakras, which are more to do with the mental and spiritual realms. Anahata is the heart chakra, resonating to the note of F and the colour green. It spins moderately fast and is the centre of compassion, peace and harmony. Information about the people you love is stored in this chakra. The first of the upper 3 chakras, Visuddha, is located at the throat near the vocal cords. It is the chakra of abundance. Ask and ye shall receive. Resonating to the musical note G and the colour brilliant blue, it governs communication and creative expression. Just between the brows spins the 6th chakra, Ajna. Clairvoyance and clear feeling are connected with the 3rd eye. It spins very swiftly and shines in indigo. Its musical note is A. This is where dreams and memories reside. The crown chakra comes in at number 7, Sahasrara, situated on top of your head, spins the swiftest of them all. Its musical note is high B. It is associated with thought and is the chakra that regulates the other 6 in the physical body. It's your connection to the cosmos. But it may interest you to know that there are a myriad more chakras or sub-chakras in the human body. Some say 21 all up. These are just the main 7. Many myths about gods make reference to the hand chakras. It is through these that energy healing can be achieved. Energy is drawn by the practitioner from the universe through the crown chakra and exits to perform its benefits via the hand chakras. The foot chakra is often neglected by Eastern philosophy or is seen as a subsidiary of the root chakra, but in Western esoteric thought it is given due importance. Brown in colour, it regulates the energy exchange between your body and Mother Earth. If you are feeling unfocused or are having trouble manifesting the necessities of life, a reflexology session or foot massage will greatly improve the flow. Overall, the chakra system demonstrates the intricate interplay between mind, body, and universe. It begs the question, where does the real you begin and end? Altered states of consciousness have been used in traditional medicine cross-culturally for thousands of years. Unfortunately, when most Westerners think of hypnosis, they think of watches in front of eyes and people doing ridiculous things despite themselves. This could not be further from the truth. Hypnosis is used successfully in clinical situations to alleviate pain, anxiety, and addictions, among other things. And now, hypnosis has virtually taken its brightest step yet into the future. Joe has been suffering from anxiety for the last few weeks, so has decided to visit Dr. Colin Carbis from Virtual Medicine. Like any other clinical hypnotist, Dr. Carbis thoroughly discusses and diagnoses the problem before administering the solution. Once he is satisfied he knows the nature and cause of Joe's anxiety, he asks Joe to lie back and relax. However, Dr. Carbis won't be administering the hypnotic script himself. Joe is instead going to experience hypnosis through the virtual reality medium. Dr. Carbis explains.
Well, virtual reality hypnosis is essentially hypnosis in a virtual reality environment. So we would use a lot of traditional techniques of hypnosis, and we would use a number of other techniques which would enhance the hypnotic therapy. So for example, if we show a person a picture of road accidents, it might make them feel depressed, whereas if you show them pictures of smiling faces, then of course that makes them feel a bit happier. That's one of the ways we can begin to get a person into a relaxed state.
Joe dons a headpiece through which he will view certain images, including colours, landscapes, and hypnotic spirals. At the same time, he will be hearing a script from a disembodied voice belonging to the program.
I want you to imagine that you're about to take a journey with someone you love.
But not just any image will do. The visuals in the program have been specifically designed to have the desired physiological and psychological impact on the patient. Colours and images can trigger different specific reactions in the mind and body. So why replace a human practitioner with a computer program? Dr. Carbis says the program removes the undesirable variables from the clinic situation, leaving the patient freer to derive the benefits of an altered state of consciousness.
For hypnosis to be effective, then you're trying to evade a person's conscious evaluation of what you're saying. So by having subliminals like colours, like landscapes, like music, like binaural beat signals, we can evade everything that's being said, and the person can go into a relaxed state without really knowing that they're going into a relaxed state.
So, how many virtual reality hypnosis sessions will you need? According to Dr. Carbis, probably not as many as you think. It took a mere 2 sessions to alleviate the anxiety of a Bali bomb victim who had suffered substantial physical injuries in the blast. At the end of Joe's session, Dr. Carbis asks him to take off the mask and wriggle his toes and fingers. He questions Joe on his experiences during the session and how he feels now. Joe definitely feels more relaxed now than he did when he came in. Virtual reality hypnosis is currently being used in some Australian hospitals and at specialist clinics to great effect. As Dr. Carbis points out, the applications are broad for this technology hypnosis fusion.
It could be used for drug withdrawal, it could be used for people that have experienced trauma, pain, complex pain issues particularly. There's quite a number of areas where it can be used.
Did you know that rowing is one of the best exercises for developing aerobic fitness? It not only helps exercise the cardiovascular system, it's one of the few low-impact exercises that ensures all your muscles get a thorough workout too. A typical rowing stroke is composed of 65 to 75% leg work and 25 to 35% upper body work. It's ideal for anyone looking to burn off excess fat around problem areas such as the arms, abdominals, hips, buttocks and thighs. Vigorous rowing is one of the most effective calorie burners, potentially using up more than 800 calories per hour. As a sit-down routine, you also don't have to worry about orthopedic trauma placed on your body, compared to other aerobic activities such as jogging, cycling, or using a treadmill or stair climbing equipment. And the great thing is you don't have to be an athlete to learn to row. Most gyms now have a good range of rowing machines or rowing ergometers with instructors nearby to help guide you. A quick word of caution here, there is a wrong way to perform a rowing stroke, so it's important when you start that you learn how to do it properly. Beginner rowers should be mindful of any strain on the knees or the lower back. Fitness trainer Emma demonstrates how to avoid common mistakes that can lead to an injury. It's best to think of rowing as one smooth motion. One of the first things to be aware of is sitting with the wrong posture, known as hyperextension of the back. Always make sure you don't hunch forward, keeping the spine straight at all times. Notice Emma drawing her arms back in a long, smooth action, with elbows tight against her torso. Her legs remain slightly bent to help her spring back off her feet as she moves backwards. Make sure you don't draw your hands too high into your chest or too low at hip level. Bring them level with the solar plexus. Just avoid your belly button line. Once you get the hang of it, you can concentrate a little more on minimizing any short or jerky movements as you settle in to a good pace and rhythm. Join us again on Mind, Body and Soul as we discover more paths to health and happiness. But for now, Dominique gives us some food for thought.
Your perception will govern your reality. The universe is always two-sided, presenting you with 50% positive, 50% negative. This is quantum physics. You can choose to focus on the perceived negativity of your situation, or you can choose to focus on the upside. There is always a blessing in every challenge, always a positive to every negative.